Yo, what's going on everyone? It's Brian and Jim here, and today we're bringing you another set of mini reviews going over all the NES Golf titles.
Oh boy.
This was a fun one, wasn't it, Jim?
Hey, it's better than the fucking tennis games.
Yeah, but there's more of them, so it's more painful.
I like golf.
You would.
Hey, shut up.
Alright, so starting
Fucking
off...
plebe. Go to hell.
Listen, Mark, calm down. Alright, so the first game, Golf on the NES, we actually already did a video back before my computer crashed for like the first of 100 times.
So yeah, look back about a year and a half ago and you'll find that.
Or I'll make it more convenient and put it in the right-hand corner. See that? I take care of you guys. Jim, he's just a piece of shit.
Hey, I'm just here whacking.
So,
joke never gets old.
That actual game, I actually could not stand. I know Jim didn't mind it as much, but it was just as basic of a golf game as you can get, which for me meant it was a really boring game. Jim, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do a lot to really draw you in. It's a bare bones package. I'd probably say it's one of the weaker black box sports games. So, yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a quick golf hit, it's not awful.
Yeah. So that one, we gave a 4.4, below average. But we know you golf fans out there will probably say that's all you had at the time, and we get it. Doesn't mean it's fun, though. So next up is Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf.
Right.
Yes.
Don't you mean Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf?
God damn it, Jim, that's copyright infringement!
Oh no, we can't monetize this now. Or we can anyway and say screw the man.
Well, Jim, you should probably start with your feelings on this one since you actually bought this like a sucker.
Hey, I paid $3 for it. It's not that bad.
That's $1 too many.
God damn it. Well, in today's day, shut up.
Way to talk.
God, fuck you. Alright, this game isn't bad. It's actually one of the ones we kind of liked more out of most of these games. The presentation for its time's pretty damn good. I like the chiptunes even though the whole game's kind of on the quiet side. I think the control bar moves a little too fast for my liking though. There's like kind of a sweet spot for the speed of those in most of these golf games, and this just went a little too overboard with it. But it's another good golf simulation, and yeah, you can do a lot worse. I'd say it's worth $3. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
I'd say this felt like a much-needed upgrade on the original Golf title. The sprites actually look pretty damn good. The music, like Jim said, when you do get it, it's pretty damn catchy.
Yeah, too bad it's quiet during the actual golfing.
Yeah, but the sound effects are there, so I think I was probably more lenient with this game than I, looking back, should have been. But it's probably one of your better options for an early NES Golf title. So we actually gave this one a 5.6. It's above average. And one of my favorite parts about this was the ability to pick characters named like Jumbo and shit like that.
Yeah, it was cool to have golfers with different strengths and weaknesses, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, not a bad title.
Jumbo
Jim.
Oh, god damn it. Fuck.
Alright, up next we're checking out the Bandai Golf Challenge Pebble Beach.
Oh, it's ugly.
Yeah, this is a really odd looking game, but first, I'll let Jim go with his thoughts.
Alright, first off, this probably has some of the most simple menu options I've ever seen in a sports game, especially on the NES. The graphics, as I said, are ugly. You don't even really see your golfer during the course of it. Like the standard third-person view's gone. Instead, you just see the animation of a swing as you're using the bar, which gets a little distracting. At least the bar moves decently slow, so you can kind of plan it out even though it's very sensitive. You don't get a lot of gameplay options. You don't get a lot of... I mean, there is a song that loops the whole time, and it doesn't get annoying, but it does loop, and it's very short. And the sound effects are minimal. It's just a package where just nothing really truly came together. And judging your shots is still kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel like this feels like an upgraded Atari game. That's the best way I can describe it, between the views and the way it looks.
I can see that.
Of all the golf games we played, this one was just... It was good enough that I guess if you get good at it, you could accept it, but it wasn't bad enough to make fun of, if that makes any sense. One of the most unique features is when you do hit the ball, this camera can zoom in and out really quickly, which is fucking... It's like you're gonna get put into a friggin' seizure looking at this shit. Other than that, the one thing I will say, opposite of what Jim said, yeah, the meter moves a hell of a lot slower, but I feel like that sweet spot in this game, that is the tightest sweet spot of any game, and that was annoying as shit. Putting all that aside, so this one actually got a 4.8 from us, which is the second lowest, which is kind of on par with where all these golf games are. It had some decent options, but it was still kind of just below average. Alright, up next is Jack Nicklaus's Greatest 18 Holes of Major Championship Golf. What a fucking title.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. This one, first thing I want to say, just look at this loading screen. It just reminds us of early 90s, trying to download porn, waiting for that image to scroll down. It's annoying as shit.
I was going to say it's more like an old DOS game, but yeah, you can go with, 90s dial-up AOL porn. Yeah, I can go with that.
Jim, just because you couldn't even get that back then.
Look, just because my parents had dial-up internet until 2009 doesn't mean a goddamn thing, all right? Look, it holds a place in my heart, that smooth sound of the AOL loading screen, all right? It just meant goodies were on its way.
All right, you start talking about the game.
I'm too stuck on that AOL screen now.
Damn it.
But anyway, this is a game that had, oh god, those graphics. Woo! The game's weirdly quiet. It's another one of those that doesn't have any music going during the game, and really quiet sound effects and no ambient noise. I guess they're trying to go for, golfers being nuts and requiring perfect silence and concentration, but it's an NES game. Come on now.
Bitches.
Yeah, you can say that.
I just did.
Stop giggling. Stop fucking giggling. Anyway, it's the first game where you can choose your sex, you can put in your own name for your player. It's got a lot of personalization options, which are cool, but holy crap, this game is slow, and it's plodding, and it's not fun. And for some goddamn reason, you can't see the slope and elevations on the green as you're putting, which is a fucking crime in any golf game. So that instantly just killed a lot of the scores for me. Your turn.
I didn't like it very much. I think that would be the first thing I'd say.
Wonderful insight. Moving on.
The graphics look very similar to Greg Norman's Golf Power, with that sprite looking fairly detailed, but the rest of the game looking like dog shit. It just was a really weird game, and yeah, I don't have a lot more to put on top of what Jim said, so we gave it a 4.8. It actually tied that Bandai Golf Challenge game. It's another one. Hardcore fans might actually appreciate it. We sure as shit didn't. Alright, so next up we're going with Golf Grand Slam. Now this was a really interesting one, because it actually is our second highest scoring game, or I should say our second highest scoring golf game, but it feels like the most computer savvy NES title, if that makes any sense. The sounds, the amount of options you have, and even the way you control by hitting the ball with the little dot moving, it's friggin' impressive. And it's a game it took a while to get used to adjusting all those little things like the stance and the grip, but it's one I could actually enjoy a little bit. But after a few holes, it was a little tedious, and I got tired and rather went and drank some beers. So, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, not too much more to add there. I mean, if this was called Windows Golf Simulator, I would not have any way to argue, because the options here, at least from a pure golf mechanical standpoint, holy crap. And, it actually has a decent chiptune, and the songs change every 3 holes, which is a really nice touch, especially for a lot of these NES soccer games.
NES soccer games, Jim?
Fucking goddamn it. NES golf. Shut up. You know what I mean.
Derp! That's why he's Derpy Blub Blub.
Overall, if you're a golf nut, this is one you can probably really sink your teeth into. For the casual guy, though, you'll probably want to stay away.
Yeah, like I said, we gave it a 6.5, which is really high. Jim and I, we're not going back to this, we're not going to lie. But we understand this one is fun, and we appreciate all those options and just the overall presentation this time. Alright, so next up is Greg Norman's Golf Power. We made the video on this. This is the worst golf title. I think the last thing I really wanted to say about this game is just, it's really a shame that this was the only course designing game. because we love those options in the early NES titles, because that can bring you back for years just making the most challenging shit. But like I said, the gameplay, control, presentation, you're never going to want to go back to do that. So they really had a missed opportunity here.
Yep.
Good insight, Jim.
Yeah.
So that one, as you saw from our video, if you watched it, we gave it a 3.6. It was just a bag of shit. The final game, NES Open Tournament Golf. Clearly the best.
Oh boy!
Had plenty of features to both satisfy arcadey style golf fans and the hardcore technical fans. That's Jim's quiet golf clap.
Nah, I'm actually whacking.
We obviously praise the shit out of this game. You need to go watch the video. But like I said, it's the only one to feature Mario on the NES. And it was just a fun experience.
Yeah, Mario or no Mario, the game actually holds up. I mean, it works. It just fucking works and it stays fun. And I would almost call it timeless. It's nearly a perfect golf game.
Yeah, not a lot of complaints. As I've said at the beginning of this video, I did not like a lot of these golf games, but if I was at a flea market and saw this really cheap, I might be tempted to pick it up. Damn it, Jim! So, as always, let us know below what you think. Were we too harsh on some of these games? Have you played all these? Did we open your eyes to new ones? Share your experiences with us, because we love reading that shit.
And as always, guys, cheers.
Cheers.